Hello and welcome to Steve's Retro Loft. Now, after soaring the heights of glider, we're going to take it down a level. We're going to take a look at cargo. Yeah, sea level. See what I did there? Anyway, so we're not sure if this is a game like Glider where you don't really do much, or if it's a simulation. If it's a simulation, it'd be nice to pilot a big boat. I mean, after all, what could go wrong with that? Yeah, that could go wrong. Anyway, let's take a look. So once the game's loaded up, you can actually choose what rank you are. Obviously, I'm none of those at all, really, but I'll go for Cadet, because that seems to be the closest match. So look. I'll get rid of some of these, because it'll just make life a bit quicker. Oops. Okay, yeah, alright, so messed up there. I was hoping to deselect a few, so it just made the selection a bit quicker. So let's go from Port of New York to Port of so look, Tokyo. Now, will it go through the Panama Canal? So the basic premise of the game is pretty much load a ship up to make sure it doesn't sink. And I think what we've got here, we've got the plimsoll line on the top left here, which pretty much tells you how the boat floats in sort of different water. So and I think WNA is winter North Atlantic. Obviously, 1st of Jan, it's cold, so it's winter, so North Atlantic. So what I need to do is look at the loading stuff up evenly. Okay, so there we go. So it's in 9, I think the black items are the heaviest. So put a few in here, put 3 there, change hold. And basically, I think the idea is to even it out a little bit. So change the grade. So I'll do a couple here. Change the hold. Change the hold again. And then change the grade. Oops. Yeah, I think I might have overloaded that bit in the middle, but not to worry. As I said, what's the worst that can happen? So that's the boat loaded, and we can sail. So I think what you have to do is, the idea is see how long you can sail before the boat sinks, or you dock. If you have to keep pressing enter, and it's a manual thing, so it looks like we are going for the Panama Canal. And straight through it. So over to the Pacific we go. We've hit a storm. Are we all going to die? We're high seas. Arrive safely. There you go. So yeah. And I have a score. Okay. Let's have a look, see if there's anything there. The manual is, as I say, it's quite. Let's turn the light on so you can see a little bit more. The manual's quite a lot of information in there. But the game itself is, again, it's more. It's an educational title. I think it just gives people an idea of how to load ships in a very, very basic method without them sinking. Now, the plimsoll line, which I referred to earlier, comes from, I assumed it probably was a person, but it comes from somebody called Samuel Plimsoll, who was a Member of Parliament in 1868. Now, prior to entering Parliament, he spent some time as a coal merchant in London, where he witnessed the exploitation of seamen by ship owners in what he called coffin ships. He was convinced that many ships and their crew were lost at sea due to unscrupulous, can't read properly, ship owners whose greed tempted them to overload with cargo. Now, in today's capitalist society, that would never happen. Anyway, his campaign included publication of a controversial book, Seaman, and several aggressive speeches in the House of Commons. Anyway, so following the outburst, and the first Merchant Shipping Act in 1876 included the compulsory inscription of the load line, known as the plimsoll mark. Now, I believe it does look still very similar to that, the obviously one documented in the manual today. I'm not sure if it's got a circle around it nowadays, so we might have another one. There might be a different one. I'm sure I remember doing a bit of this in geography, I think, years ago at school, so it might have changed. And obviously what that does, it shows you where the load and how the boat is loading. If you put too much in and it goes over a line, there's a good chance it will sink. Depends on what water it goes into. But there you go, there's a little bit of maritime history and information for you if you ever find yourself piloting a big boat. That's not likely to happen based on this game. Anyway, that's it for cargo. As I said, again, it's a bit like Glider. It's quite basic, but it's just an educational tool. And a lot of these things, when they came out in the 80s, software and computers, obviously, was very new to a lot of people. So, they were doing everything that they could to justify, I think, the existence of computers. You could probably teach a lot of this out of a book, probably a lot easier, but obviously that wasn't how we did things back then. Everything had to be on a computer. And the good thing is, it was a justifiable reason why we all had 8-bit computers, not for playing games, no, purely for educational purposes. That's what we told our parents. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope to join you again sometime soon. I'll probably continue with my look on of unpopular Sinclair titles, possibly educational titles. I probably will at some point make my way to the everyone's favourite Maker Chip. Again, it's a game, but it's a title I don't think many of us have actually ever loaded, unless it was by mistake. So until next time, I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.